Hello, welcome back to my channel, Ask MCT Chris. Now in today's session, I'm going to show you Microsoft Flow or Power Automate. What we're going to do is we're going to fill in a field in SharePoint for the reminder date and at the same time put in a calendar entry for us to be reminded. So I hope you'll stay tuned and let's now dive into it. Okay, let's look at this. This is my SharePoint site and I have here a task list that has a title, the type of task, the reminder number of days, and the due date. Now what we're going to create is a Power Automate or a flow wherein we will fill in the reminder date, and the reminder date would be from the due date. We're going to subtract the reminder days. So if it is on the 18th of August, then we will see in here the 13th of August because that would be 5 days from the due date. And at the same time, we're going to add a calendar entry, okay, on our Outlook. Okay, so how do we create a flow? We go into the Integrate, Power Automate, create a flow, and I'm not going to use any of the template, so I will just click on See Your Flows, and then we're going to create our new flow. We're going to use the Scheduled Cloud Flow. We'll name this Reminder or Calendar Reminder Workflow. And we're going to run this every 6:30 in the morning, and that would be daily. And we'll now hit the Create button. We will now be redirected to our designer. The first step we're going to do is we're going to get all the items from our SharePoint list. So I'll choose SharePoint and then search for Get Items. Choose the Get Items. I'm now going to choose my project site, and for my list name it's going to be the task, and I'm going to put in a filter query in here, and that would be from checking the reminder date if it's null. So I'm going to type in here reminder date, which is equal to null. So it will only get those items that are null. After that, we're going now to add another step, and this step we're going to choose and look for the date and time and choose subtract from time, and then the base time would be our due date, and then that would be the interval would be the reminder days. So we're going to subtract the reminder days from our due date, and we will have that on day, which is the time unit. After we have computed for that, we can now update our SharePoint. So I'll just go into my SharePoint and then choose the update action, update item, point it to our project site, tasks, and in the ID, which what would be the item that we're going to update, it's the ID coming from the Get Items. Title, we'll just map the title, and the reminder date would be coming from our calculated time, which is the subtract from time. After we have updated the item, we can now create a calendar entry. So we'll just look for calendar in here, choose Office 365 Outlook, create an event, and then point it to my calendar. And then the subject would be from the title. The start time would be, since it's a time, we need to create an expression. Look for start start of day, and then open bracket, and then we will pass on the, actually not the start of day, it should be the start of hour because that is the start time. So open bracket, we're going to choose the calculated time. There you go. Hit OK. Do that as well in the end time. So expression start of hour, and then look for our calculated time. There you go. Hit OK, and that is now populated. And the time zone, we will just choose the time zone of US Canada. And that's it. Save it, and we will now run it. So going back into our flow, and then just run that, run the flow, and now let's go and look at our SharePoint, refresh that. That has been populated, indeed, 5 days from the due date, and let's go into our Outlook, and there it is. Let's go to September. We've got also September 6th. Wonderful. And there you go. That's how you create a Power Automate to run every day and populate a field in SharePoint, and at the same time add an entry into your calendar for you to be reminded of that particular task. I hope you've learned something from this session. If you did, please hit that like button and please hit that subscribe for more tips and tricks from me. Thank you for watching.